Hello and welcome to the Michael Calderin Show. We're so glad that you could join us today. And I'm really excited. We have our special guest today, Hailey Ezzell, who is a singer and songwriter. And she's here local in South Florida. So Hailey, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
All right. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
I know we've been trying to make this happen
Yeah.
since the summertime. And it's just been more difficulty on my end, quite frankly, in terms of scheduling. And I appreciate you being so flexible and cooperative. And actually, in the course of waiting to come on my show, you've actually come out with another song.
Yeah, it's all of this has been. I mean, you had scheduling, you said, on your part, but I mean, I've been busy, let's say. So yeah,
Right.
this is kind of fortuitous that happened now as opposed to before.
Well, see, timing is everything.
Yep.
So tell us kind of, how long have you been singing?
Well, the real answer to that question is as long as I remember. The official report, because I was really young, so I don't remember this. But the official report is that I was found in the living room singing along to either a commercial or like the Barney theme song. And my mom walks by the living room and hears me singing, and she runs to my dad, because my dad's a musician too, and runs to my dad and goes, she's in key, she's in key.
Oh my goodness.
And children, they don't usually have that sort of aptitude for pitch and stuff, so she was really surprised. So it's, as the official record goes, a very long time.
Okay. And you're currently 20, correct?
Yes, I am.
So how old were you when you came out with your first?
So the first song that I released, is that what you're referring to?
Yes.
That honestly just came out this year. It took a while to record it and get it mixed and properly, packaged and such. So I just released that. It was June 1st of this year. Although I had written it and had been playing it for about a year before then. So I probably wrote it when I was about 19.
Okay. And that was Wanting You.
Yes.
Okay. And what was the story behind the song?
So that's kind of a twofold question. So first, there's the inspiration part of it, which was I had this friend who I had feelings for romantically, and I was really struggling with it because I wasn't sure if it was a reciprocated thing. And I was just really, doing that thing that everyone does where they're like, I don't want to tell them because what if they say no? And that sort of, scaredy cat mentality that plagues all of us. So I had that going on in the back of my head for honestly a couple of months. I'm not going to lie to you. And so I have this in my head, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what to do with this. So I had been writing a couple of songs about it, sort of Taylor Swift style. And finally, one night I was going to sleep, and I finally, I put my phone up, I was finally going to sleep, and an idea popped in my head, and it was Wanting You. And I was like, I'm trying to go to sleep. I don't want to deal with this right now. Like I'm not in the place that I want to be writing this down. But the longer I tried to ignore it and tried to go to sleep, the more lyrics popped to my head. So I was like, fine, I'll do it, whatever. And so I grabbed my phone, and I usually write by hand. So this was sort of an anomaly for a couple of reasons. So I grabbed my phone, and I go on my little notes app, and I start typing out the lyrics, and I wrote verse 1, verse 2, chorus, and I said, that's it, I'll write the bridge in the morning. And I saved it. I went to sleep. I woke up. I forgot about it, frankly. So there was no bridge. And then like a week later, I was trying to write on the piano. I was trying to write a song, like music for different lyrics that I had written previously. And I started playing it. I'm like, this isn't the music for this song. This is the music for wanting you. And I grabbed my phone and I pulled it up and I was like, this fits perfectly. So it
Okay.
kind of by accident sort of came out of nowhere, and it was very strange, but it was very it was just a like an otherworldly experience in a lot of ways. But that's more or less how it happened, and it hasn't changed. The only thing that changed from the initial writing it at 2 a.m. and the release is I changed one word in the entire song. I had the line goes but you're still 1,000 miles away. Initially it was you're still 100 miles away. And I showed it to my mom and she's like, 100 miles isn't really that far. And I was like, that's fair. So I put the 1,000 in there.
Okay.
So, yeah, so that's pretty much how that happened.
All right. And what did happen with that friendship?
Well, let's put it this way. We're still friends, but let's just say nothing came of it romantically, but we're still friends, and he's a very good musician and gives me advice on stuff. So we're close still. It's cool.
Okay. Does he know that the song is about him?
If he does, he hasn't led on because I did send it to him. And I was like, hey, what do you think of this? And he's like, oh yeah, that's good. And I was like, okay. It was kind of awkward on my part, but I don't know if he ever caught it. He's one of the good things about him is he's a little oblivious sometimes, but it may have
Okay.
worked out in this case.
All right. So he may, well, he may know and
May.
not be responding to that,
Yeah.
right?
He might know and be, hiding it from me. I don't know.
Okay. And if he listens to this show,
Mhm.
then he's definitely going to know if he didn't know already.
He might know still. He might think it's a coincidence because I haven't dropped, some of the important details. I kind of keep some of them quiet. And honestly, if he did know it was about him, I wouldn't really care.
Right,
If
right.
you can't. I already did the scary part. I already told them I was interested, and I already got denied, and I already wrote and released a song about it. So I've done all of the scary parts for it already.
Oh, okay. So you had actually already told him how you felt.
Yeah, it was, well, because it was so long between me writing the song and releasing it that in between A and B, there was, an A and a half where I
Okay.
did go ahead and tell him and was, politely let down.
Okay.
As sometimes happens, but it's life, it's what happens. And so there was a bit of time, yeah, between me writing the song and telling him and then showing him the song like months and months later. So it made it
Okay.
a little less suspicious.
Okay. And have you had an opportunity to perform the song?
Oh yeah. In that year between me writing it and recording it, I played the song a couple times. Notably, I played it with my duo that I have with my dad. I also played it a handful of times with my 5-piece band. And I did it, let's see, we did this memorial thing for one of my close family friends. We were trying to, kind of help out his family some. And I played the song and I dedicated it to him because I told him before he passed, I told him I wanted him to hear the song at some point, and he, it never got to that point. So I played it at that show. And it was a very kind of deep and personal moment. It was also kind of scary because that was the first time I played it live, was at that memorial. So that's the song has a lot of meaning to me outside the sort of it being my first song and, all the normal meaning that goes beyond that. So it has, some weight to it, if you will.
Okay. All right. And then, so in the past few months, you've come out with How the Story Goes,
Yes.
which is now your second. So
Mhm.
tell us about that. And what was the inspiration behind there?
So How the Story Goes is a completely like different wavelength of everything, because I actually wrote that song on contract with my school's record label. I had a team of 5 people, yeah, 5 people who worked to help me write and produce and release the song. And so currently that, let me phrase it like this. Currently that song is owned by the school, and in a year when I re-release it on my album, which I'm planning on doing a full album by the end of next year. I'm going to throw that out there. I know by saying it, I've probably jinxed myself, but I'm hoping for the best here. When I release it in a year, that will be fully my copy. But so this song, to get to the question, was inspired by someone telling me no. Pretty much we had a meeting early on in the process with the record label where I had written another song, and I told them, here's this song, and it was sort of an uplifting, sort of acoustic driven, don't let anyone hold you down song, and I gave them that. And then I said, and here's what I want my image to be. And it's, very 70s, 80s rock inspired for the most part. That's just me, I feel like. And so I give them this and they go, well, this and this, your song that you gave us and your image aren't coming together. And they put it in the specific person the song's actually about is was not as nice as I just phrased it.
Okay.
She used some words that aren't like, she didn't like curse me out or anything, but
Mhm.
she accused me of writing bubblegum pop, and I was highly offended.
Okay.
And so I immediately said, okay, well, you don't want this song. I'm going to keep this song and put it in my back pocket. And I'm actually working on recording that. I'll probably be recording that next month. So that, turned around. But I said, okay, well, you want a new song? I'll write you a new song.
Right.
And I started writing How the Story Goes. And I went through probably 3 iterations of the words. It was kind of hard to wrestle down. But I got it down. And I don't think she knows it's about her. Again, if she knew it was about her, I would not care because I don't really have any shame in this arena. I think shame's kind of a useless emotion. You don't need it in your life. So, but we finished the lyrics, and it was. I want to say my team helped me a little bit with the lyrics. I'll give them that. Mainly me going, what rhymes with B, and they'll be like, okay, C, and I'll be like, okay, and
Right.
we did the lyrics, and I started futzing with the melody, and in my team I had a guitar player and a composition major who played piano. So they figured out what I was singing on piano and guitar, and they really fleshed out the song for me in a way. They followed sort of my guidelines, but they really did a lot of the work of the music themselves, and I think it turned out really nice. But yeah, so that song is very different for me because it's co-written, but it was a fun experience. I'm glad it's finally out because I've been working on this song since February.
Okay.
So I was glad that it's out now.
Okay. All right. And your team, um, they're also locally based?
Yeah, they are all students at my college. And so it's actually a class, and I'm in this class now. We call it the record label class,
Okay.
where you work at the school record label and you are put in little teams, sort of based on your specific major or minor. So my minor is music business. So they put me as a business track. So I'm in there, and then we get the composition people and the producers and all that, and they put us in little groups, and we get an artist and we work as a label. So all the people on my team are also college students. They go to my college, and they're all South Florida, locally based.
Okay. And how often do you get to perform with your dad?
Oh, well, that's fairly frequently. Most of the time, if I'm performing with him.
Okay.
There are a couple outliers where I did some solo stuff, but specifically when I was under the record label, I did 2 shows where I put together like, that was cool. But almost every time I perform with my, I perform with my dad. And since we have the duo and the 5-piece band, so we kind of switch around. I'd say we usually play about, in one group or the other, I'd say we play at least once, twice a month. It's been a little slower recently because I just had knee surgery. I think I told you on when we were talking beforehand, which is part of the reason why it's kind of good we had this delay here.
Right.
But I had major knee surgery, so I couldn't even walk, so I wasn't really performing. But I mean, we just played last Saturday. We did a Halloween show, so, and we're playing in a couple weeks as the duo at one of the Moose Lodges. So we play pretty frequently, and when we
Okay.
aren't playing, I mean, I'm constantly going into, he works from home, so I constantly go into his office and I'm like, here's an idea. Well, if we did this, and I'm just kind of haranguing him, all hours of the day, whenever I'm home, to just be like, I found this thing and it's completely ridiculous. You have to listen to it now. And it's,
I love it. Yeah,
yeah,
and actually I think that's how I first heard about you, was through the Moose Lodge,
yeah.
through the Facebook group. Because I think that your parents are, or your dad is a member of the Moose Lodge that I'm a member of.
Yeah.
So, okay, very good. And what do we hope for in the future? What's on Hailey's horizon?
Everything. Well, I mean, to put it simply, I do want to be a musician professionally, for my main career. Everyone has their sort of side hobbies and stuff that they do, but I intend to have music be my first and only and main sort of thing that I focus on. Currently, I'm working on music for my first album, as I alluded to earlier, that I intend to have released at the end of next year. At the rate we're going, I think it's realistic, but we'll see. People will be aware of it, through my social media, so updates will be updated. But I'm currently set to graduate early from college, because I have a bunch of credits. But so I plan on, when I graduate, getting a couple of jobs that I can do during the day so
Okay.
that I can do music at night. And I really do look forward to it.
Okay. And do you think that you'll continue kind of with the same genre of music, or is that going to change?
So I think I will. I plan to, unless anything, unless something big really comes up. But here's my take on that. So everything I do pretty much is inherently 70s, 80s, 90s inspired, because that's what I listen to. That's what I like. That's what I play. I don't know if you can see this. I have literally this is my piano. So literally I have Styx. That's my favorite band.
Gotcha.
So everything I do is based off of everything I listen to.
Okay.
But within the 70s and 80s, and I think this is sort of a misattribution some people have, especially people my age, is they think, oh, well, it's all classic rock. Well, it's not, because it's classic rock, and there's rock, there's psychedelic rock, there's the different subgenres of rock, there's blues rock, you have country music from that time, there's disco, there's funk, there's all this stuff there. So I intend to largely stay in a sort of 70s, 80s rock thing, but I also fully intend, and based on the stuff I'm working on right now, am going to be working a little in the subgenres. So for example, one of the songs I have recorded for the album already is a straight ahead rock song. Very, very, I'm comparing it to like it's like a Bon Jovi, like early Bon Jovi meets early Heart in a way. It's hard to explain, but it's a very straight ahead rock song, you know, and I really am proud of it. But the song that I'm working on, I'm actually going to be doing another recording session for it tomorrow. That is a blues rock song.
Okay. All right.
So my genres are really dictated not by me, but by the songs. So I didn't want to write a blues rock song. But when I wrote that song, I was figuring it out on the piano, and I finished the chords and I go, oh no, it's a blues rock song. My mom goes, well, can't you just change it? I'm like, no, this is the correct song for these words. This is the correct mode for this story, and now I'm stuck on it. I'm just I can't change it. It's too late.
Right. Well, I want to go to your first song, "Wanting You."
Okay.
So, give me 1 second here so that we can go to "Wanting You," and then I also want to be able to go to how the story goes.
All right.
So we're kind of going to do both, if you will,
Sounds good to me.
if that works. So give me 1 second here. And as we cue that up, the other things that you're looking to do professionally.
The other things I'm looking to do professionally. I mean, anything and everything, to be honest. Anything I can do within music, I have it on my, on my vision board,
Gotcha.
I have plans.
All right. Well, let's go to "Wanting You."
Okay.
How am I supposed to ease my aching heart when I'm lying here without you in the dark? I can only hope you're thinking of me too, 'cause I know this life alone will never do. Can't you see I'm a lover, not a fighter? So don't make me fight anymore. It breaks my heart every time I hear your name, and it kills me knowing you don't feel the same. I'm killing myself from the love I feel for you, watching myself die away, and I'm making inside from the deepest part of me, but you're still 1,000 miles away. myself die. You know I'm aching inside. You know I'm aching inside of me. But you're still 1,000 miles away. And I can't stop myself from wanting you. This wanting you. This wanting you. And I can't stop myself from loving. I'm loving you. This wanting you. I can't stop loving you. And I can't stop myself from wanting this wanting you.
What an amazing, amazing song.
Thank you.
Yeah. Were you able to hear it okay on your end?
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
Okay. So how was that for you?
Which aspect?
Well, I mean, how is it like kind of hearing it, and is it hard to like not even try to sing along?
I did for half a second consider muting myself and and
Okay.
singing along to it, because I actually plan on, since that's such a stripped down version of the song, it's just piano, just vocals, I have plans to beef it up. I'm planning out a sort of a synth string arrangement, full band version. So we have kind of the maximum and the minimum.
Gotcha.
And so I've been planning the harmony in my head, and I had to stop myself from trying to figure it out. But at the same time, I'll put it this way: when the song ended, I released a breath I didn't realize I was holding. I was kind of like, oh,
Okay.
it's over. Woo,
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I imagine though, hearing it, it kind of takes you back,
yeah.
right? Kind of puts you right in the middle of it, I guess.
Yeah, that is certainly true. And it is filled with so many, emotions, from the inspiration, and from also just the fact that, this was the first song I ever played of my own in public. It was the first song I've ever released. It was one of those things I play my music sometimes for my mom. I have, a little stage fright, even, with my original stuff. So I go, I call my mom into this room, and I go, okay, I've written this song. I want you to
Right.
hear it. And, it all, nerves, because the main people I run songs by, I run it by my mom and I run by my best friend. And when both
Okay.
of them told me that it was really good, I knew I had, I had something, in
Right.
my opinion.
Okay. Well, let's go on to the second one, how the story goes.
Yeah.
They have their hands on your throat and you cannot breathe. Is this how you thought your life would be? They're pulling you under and you cannot see. They're trying to tell you you'll never be free. This isn't how the story goes. You can't control me and soon you'll know. I'll make the rules, I'll run the show. I'll show you how my story Millions find.
Another beautiful, beautiful song.
Thank you.
You know, I've had several musicians come on the show. I really wish that I had that talent. You know, we all have our talents,
Yeah.
but I really do wish that I had that talent.
Well, you know,
Um,
I tell people all the time, I say, God made it so I could play 7 instruments because I can't dance.
Gotcha.
I'm an absolutely lousy dancer, and I'm jealous of everyone who can.
Well, I can dance, so at least I got
So
that going for me.
at least you have that one. That's the one I really want.
I spend a lot of time in the car driving to different ceremonies,
Yeah,
and I have concerts by myself.
I do the same thing because I drive from my campus. In sort of north. I live about an hour from my school. I live on campus and I live at home. And so
Okay.
I drive twice a week from campus to my house. And it's about an hour drive. So I do the same thing. I either sing along to the stuff or I play Name That Tune. And I go through all my songs because I have a playlist and I go through and see how fast I can name the songs.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, we're definitely going to be keeping an eye on your career and future songs. I thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for
Uh,
having me.
yeah, if people want to follow you, what's the best way to follow you?
Well, the good thing is I've set this up very circularly. So if you go to one, you can go to the other. So if you like Facebook, you can find me, Hailey Ezzell Musician. Honestly, the fastest way you could probably do this is if you just go on Google and put Hailey Ezzell Musician. And you can find me Facebook, Instagram. I have a website, which is HaileyEzzell.com.
Okay.
We just put up my store. I mean, just like right before this meeting, where you can get copies of my signed CD for Wanting You. That comes in a jewel case and such. And you can also get shirts, which I haven't even made the post that this shop is up yet, but we have shirts and such that are available for purchase. So that's on my website, which is HaileyEzzell.com.
Excellent.
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, website. I'm on TikTok. I actually post a lot on TikTok because that's just one of the. I didn't want to be on TikTok. My roommate convinced me that I'd be good for my career.
Okay.
But it's just I'm pretty much everywhere and anywhere. But
Okay.
yeah, just Hailey Ezzell Musician, and you'll be able to find me pretty much anywhere.
Well, I think the best is for them to go to your website,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I prefer that.
HaileyEzzell.com. Yeah. So let's tell them they go to the website. They can get some merch,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And follow you on the different social media platforms.
Yeah, if you go on the website, there are the links on the bottom to the
Perfect.
different socials. So yeah,
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show.
of
I
course.
really
Thank you for having
appreciate
me.
it. And we'll be sending you the link to the show, so you'll have it on audio and on YouTube as well.
Sounds
Uh,
perfect.
and again, I look forward to seeing you perform in the future, and really following your career to see all the wonderful things that I know you're going to continue to do.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. So there we have it, folks. Hailey Ezzell. We thank her so much for coming on. We really appreciate you tuning in to the Michael Calderin Show. If you want to listen to a past show, you can go to the show's site on anchor.com. Just look up the Michael Calderin Show. Also, we've now started uploading shows onto YouTube. So definitely connect on the YouTube channel. And of course, you can follow me on Instagram, Michael J. Calderin, and you can also follow me on Twitter or Facebook. I thank you so much for tuning in once again. Enjoy the rest of your day, and take care. Bye-bye.